Hi everyone. So today we are going to do an interview not just with one but two toppers, and this is a first for us because I'm just really happy that such wonderful people are coming on what has become like a podcast, and I love podcasts. So this is more like a podcast about how to prepare for neurosurgery and what candidates who have made it can bring to the table. Instead of introducing both of you, why don't you guys just start? Jaymin, how about you? Just start off with your introduction.
Hello everyone. I am Dr. Jaymin Gupta. I did my
Mhm.
undergraduation from Geetanjali Medical College and Hospital in Udaipur.
Mhm.
My MBBS batch is of 2013. I then did
Mhm.
my MS in General Surgery from Grant Government Medical College and Sir JJ Group of Hospitals in Mumbai. And this
Okay.
INI was my second attempt. My first attempt was in April 2023.
Right. 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 And what was your rank? Yeah.
Sir, this time my CML rank was 1 and AML was 5.
So congratulations. Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful performance. And
Thank
Dakshar,
you
how
so much,
about you?
sir.
Hi, sir. Myself is Dr. Bipin Mishra, and I did my undergraduation from Rajiv Gandhi Medical College from Thane in Maharashtra only, sir. And I'm from the
Mhm.
same batch, 2013, and I did my post graduation from Government Medical College, Aurangabad, which is in Maharashtra only. And this is
Okay.
my first
Excellent.
attempt in INISS, and I got a rank of CML. That is CML is 10 and EML is 9, sir.
Nice. Yeah. Very, very nice. Have you heard of Bipin Charasia by chance, Dr. Mishra? No. So
No,
you
sir.
will when you get into residence, so Bipin Charasia is the person who started the largest neurosurgeons Facebook and WhatsApp group called Neurosurgery
Okay,
Cocktail. He's a
okay, sir.
Yes,
Bangladeshi neurosurgeon, and
Okay,
his
sir.
main claim to fame is that everyone in the world now knows him because he started he has the largest Facebook page of neurosurgeons who get together, including the top like biggest neurosurgeons in the world get to get on his page. So I was about to say Bipin Chaurasia, then I forgot. Yeah, nahi, Chaurasia.
No, sir. It's different.
Okay, anyway, so nice to have you with us. So when did each of you? Let's start with Dr. Jamin. When did you start decide that I want to take up neurosurgery?
sir, actually, I decided it during my undergraduation only. I basically never wanted to do MS General Surgery. I actually took a drop in during my preparatory phase, during PG preparatory phase. So I was
Right.
interested in doing those 6-year courses which NIMHANS and AIIMS offers. But
Yeah.
since I was missing them out, so during my second attempt of NEET PG, I took MS General Surgery, and then I thought that I'll probably have a shot at it again after my MS.
Oh, great. And here you are. Huh?
Yes,
And
sir.
how about you, Doctor? When did you
Uh,
decide that neurosurgery?
Sir, actually, surgery was pre-decided by me. Like I have to go with surgery, and after completing 3 years of surgery, when I realized myself, then somewhat like more like is towards my surgery, neurosurgery compared to other part.
Okay.
So I decided to go with
Okay.
neurosurgery, sir, in the first attempt only.
Yeah. So you decide on a gut feeling. Did you have postings, you
Yeah.
guys, or okay?
Sir, actually, the reason I took JJ was they had those 3 months neurosurgery electives, but ours was a
Okay.
COVID batch, so those
I
postings got
know,
cancelled.
man. That's
So it
really
was
tough.
pretty
I know,
unfortunate.
really tough.
And
So tough. And you, Doctor, you had neurosurgery postings?
sir, actually, in my college there is nothing like neurosurgery elective, but I have trauma cases. Like I have assisted multiple trauma cases along with neurosurgeons. So I have exposure only with trauma, but I have exposure with like
That is
traumatic
sometimes
cases.
that is sometimes better. When I was just SR, no, before doing my preparation here, I joined as an SR-ship. So
Okay,
there,
sir.
I had friends from Aligarh Muslim University who had already done trauma. They were very confident because there was no the neurosurgeon there had to depend on the general surgery JRs. So he taught them everything. Like रात रात में कर दो operate जो भी करना है. So that's actually sometimes better than having a elective where you don't get to see much. You're kept in wards. Like sometimes you're just kept in ward for ward duties. That's so
Actually,
you
actually,
had
it
it.
was going. Actually, it was going to open, but due to COVID, it get like another 3 year delay in that process.
Oh,
Otherwise, it was
okay.
going to open, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And when? How did you? Let's get to the part that actually people who prepare who want to listen to. Then we can get to some general fun talks. So, Arnav Vipin, when did you start actually preparing for neurosurgery, and how was your process?
Sir, my actually process was for I am more towards NEET SS, neurosurgery NEET SS through NEET SS. And I did NEET SS. After completing my NEET SS exam, then I analyzed ki I have done some mistakes, which I can get like whatever the colleges I have thought in my mind, I cannot get in that college. So I should start with INA. So after giving INA, sir, I have given, after giving a NEET, I have almost 27 days in my hand, in which one day I took rest, and then I started INA neurosurgery, and I started videos. First video from yourself only, sir, in which you have introduced yourself and how you like neurosurgeries and how you do research and papers and everything what you have told. I started from that video, then I completed almost all videos in next 15 days, and then I started revising along with your PDFs, which is attached along with that videos. And after completing videos and PDF, then I started doing questions, and I have almost given, sir, INA mocks, almost around 9 to 10 mocks I have given, sir.
And then mock test. And how,
Yes, sir.
Dr. Jaymin, how?
Sir, I started my preparation somewhere in second year. I started by watching the video lectures. I actually subscribed to multiple platforms because I had watched last year's toppers interview. I think his name is Dr. Prakash. So he told me that you have to solve as many MCQs as possible, and you also told in your videos that the more MCQs you solve, the better rank, the better chance you have of getting a rank. So I initially built a base of watching the video lectures. Video lectures also I watched of multiple platforms, and then I solved as many MCQs as possible. So yeah.
So you got into, and with that, how much did you use Greenberg and other textbooks? Did you do it alongside, or
Yeah.
did you do the lectures?
So, sir, actually, I had messaged you also because initially, when you look at Greenberg, it's like, okay, you can finish it in a couple of months. But even reading one page takes 2 to 3 hours. So that's when I realized that without having a base, it's not much fruitful. So I tried reading Greenberg, but I couldn't. I could finish only half of it. So yes, sir.
And I didn't start only.
Yeah,
I didn't start.
good.
I didn't start only, sir. I just went through your videos and PDF attached to it, and you have already covered like Greenberg's point. I started initially 1 to 2 days, but it was not possible for me to complete in next 25 days, sir. So I just solely believe on your PDF and videos and another platform also. Like just I have PPTs only, and then I started giving mock interviews on the basis of that only, sir.
Okay, so where did you give your mock tests, Rasab? Which mock tests and mock interviews did you do?
Sir, actually, I did. I went 6 months before your Marrow's interview, mock interview, plus all mock test was there on the platform of Marrow. So I started from there, which was in past like 6 months before, which Jaymin also must have given. That I went mock test, and then I went through your like fresh mock test, which you have just given 3 or 4 mock test was there on your site, sir.
Right. That's wonderful. And Dr. Jaymin, did you have any group discussions? How much did you have a circle with you? Did you think that helped?
Sir, I didn't have a discussion circle per se, but I would like to take two names. One is my senior, my MS senior. His name is Dr. Shushruth Baligar. So in April INI 2022, he got a rank of 1, and he is currently in NEMHANS. So he guided me a lot during my journey. And another senior of mine, his name is Dr. Sumit Malgaonkar. He wrote INI with me, and he also got a pretty good rank of, I think, around 15 or 17. So yeah,
Wonderful.
so we didn't discuss neurosurgery per se, but we used to went out like after April INI, we used to like what crazy paper they have made, and so,
No, I was
we were
just
like
talking with someone. Yeah, yesterday. I mean, I'm telling you that is a freak episode. I think people should just erase it from their minds and their preparation. It's just really hard on the people who actually work so hard. Yeah, it's terrible.
So we were so
Yeah,
depressed after that paper. So next day we went to see IPL match also to just remove those frustrations and start a preparation from scratch. So
yeah, I know. I was just telling yesterday in one of my in the interview that I had people calling me up. My batchmates are now faculty in various positions. They said we don't have residents. Who is going to do all the work? I mean, who was this person, brilliant person who made that general surgery those general surgery questions that we are not getting residents? You have seats available. You can't put doctors in them. That's the worst thing that you can think of. And how about you, Dr. Bipin? You had any circle or any group of friends?
Yes, sir. Actually, I have also a group of like 3 of us. Like we wanted to go with neurosurgery, out of which I got selected, and also second one is also selected. But maybe he go for NEET SS counseling, and third will next year try. He will try next year, sir.
Okay. All right.
But
Do
we
you think that
discussed
helped
almost.
you?
Yeah, sir.
You
Actually,
think
it
that?
helps. Yes, sir. It helps
Uh,
because in a like scarcity of time where I have just only 25 days, so we used to
yeah,
discuss like what mistakes you did in mock. So we discuss
yeah.
that topics which we did mistake, like which we do wrong. So we study that questions and we study that topic, and we
Mm.
discuss among themselves, sir.
I don't know, Bipin, did you make notes? Do you think that notes are useful, or do you have any style, or do you just mark on the book or on the PDF? What is your style of studying?
Sir, actually, notes is must, but I haven't prepared because I have only 25 days to prepare for specific for neurosurgery. But I have another like notes for general surgery when I was preparing for NEET SS. But for
Yeah,
neurosurgery per se, I didn't prepare, sir, because I don't have it. So I just went on PDF and I just mark which PDF point is more important, which PDF table is more important. So I just mark
right,
and I just revise that only, sir, after like last moment only.
right. And Dr. Jaymin, how about you?
Sir, I did make notes, but like Dr. Bipin said, that the gap between NEET SS and INI was only around 27 days. So instead of going through notes again, what I did was I rewatched all your lectures again in 1.5x, and I think
Yeah,
that made a huge
Exactly.
impact.
that's a
So
good point. Huh? We should actually put that up directly on the lectures. You've seen those podcasts in which they say for a faster viewing experience, watch in 1.5 or 3x.
Same,
So,
same. I have also like 1.5x, 1.8 I've also used, sir.
oh, excellent. Yeah. No, there's this person. I don't know if you've heard of The Print. It's a wonderful platform for news. And there's a very senior guy there who gives in depth news about any topic, except that he's so slow that you watch it in 3x and you can still follow it. So I think that's a good idea. Once you've seen, at least especially once you've seen the lecture once, I think 1.5, 2x is
yes,
good enough speed to revise
Yes,
everything, then
yes,
slides
yes.
and thing together.
yes, sir.
Right.
So while
And
making notes, I
Jim,
was watching the videos in 1x, but like
yeah,
while watching those for the second time, I watched it in 1.5x.
that's good. Yeah, we should just put it up on the app. It's actually a very nice idea. And Jamin, how was the interview? Yeah, for AIMS.
Sir, I think I got less marks because the first question they asked me was, "What's your neurosurgery experience?" So I told them that I have no OT and ward management, ward exposure as such. So,
Okay.
I'll give you a breakdown of my score. So out of
Yeah,
80,
please,
that
please.
the MCQ test which I got, I was rank one in that. I got 57.3 out of 80,
Excellent.
and
Excellent.
in interview I got only 11 out of 20. So I think
Uh,
they reduced. Like I think
so
that
was
was the
there?
reason.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, but they must not have thought you very bad because I'm telling you, if they don't want you, they'll give you four. We have four
Oh,
examiners, each will give you 1 mark. So 11 is still. I mean, that means there was a panel that was divided. Two people must have thought maybe he's not wrong. Two people must have thought he's done extremely well. That's why you
yes.
got
Because sir,
the
they
in
asked
between
me
mark.
OSCE questions as well, and I was able to answer that. So when the
Yeah.
results came, I was expecting a better AML rank and a worse CML rank, but it turned out to be opposite.
So the
So
opposite.
yeah,
So what all did he ask you? So first, and please, I don't think you should hold that answer against you. That if you say that you have no experience, you're being honest. And I think a lot of examiners. So I'm telling you, some examiners would have given you high marks because of the fact that you were honest. Just saying that there was a COVID thing, and we normally have 3 months of posting, but they never didn't post us. That itself is a very honest answer, straightforward. People want that in the residence. So don't hold it against you. You never know what actually works and what doesn't work. But
Yes, sir.
usually I've seen people are happy with this. What else were you asked? What are the OSCE questions? Can you give us some examples?
yeah, sir. So first they asked me the basic introduction, and then I was expecting that they'll ask me that why do you want to become a neurosurgeon? But they didn't ask me that. They straight away asked me, "Do you have any experience in
Mhm.
neurosurgery?" After
Okay.
that, they were like 6 to 7 slides. First question I remember was a DSA image. So
Okay.
the question mentioned like we identify the image and what's the angiographic classification.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I answered Booth-Hillier classification and I could see
Okay.
carotid siphon. Then the next
Excellent.
question
Excellent.
they
Yeah.
asked me was a CT image of right-sided extradural hemorrhage. Then
Okay.
uh, then they asked me like an image of a skull was given, and I think it was stereonal craniotomy. So they asked me what's the most common pathology which can be addressed through this approach. So I told
Okay.
them
Good one.
it's middle
Good
meningeal
one.
artery and EDH. Then
Mm.
then I think they showed me a
Tyrosine
picture of skull.
craniotomy? Okay. Okay. You sure
Yeah.
it was a tyrosine craniotomy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It
Yes,
was.
sir.
I think we've done a lecture on operative thing. No, I think I have a lecture on operative. So at least that must have helped you.
Yeah,
So
same
anyway,
set of question. Same set of question went to me also, sir. Exact same.
I think the EDH one was there yesterday also. Yesterday also I spoke with someone, and he also said that EDH was one of the questions.
And I think, sir,
And
they're circulating that same image because that same image was asked in April INI MCQ exam. So I think that same image is being circulated
they're
through.
very lazy, man. You see what happens is when they are given these questions to prepare, they will give it. They won't give it to new assistant professors and all who are very, oh, I'm going to make a very nice set of OSCEs. Many times they don't have the time, so they'll just pick it up from previous ones. And what else? What else were the questions? So by chance that tenoidal craniotomy, I think the right answer would be an aneurysm. You can do a lot more with tenoidal craniotomies. You can do meningiomas of the sphenoid wing. You can do craniopharyngiomas, a lot of stuff. But the classic thing for which tenoidal craniotomies were created was aneurysms. So you can answer MC aneurysm, AC aneurysm, anterior circulation aneurysms would be the better answer. Because EDH, it depends on the size. You end up doing a temporal craniotomy for EDH, not a specifically tenoidal craniotomy to address the middle meningeal artery. It's not a wrong answer, but I think the better answer would be if because people will be listening, so it would be aneurysm clipping. All right. And
And
what else?
Sir,
Yeah.
then craniometric line, image of skull was given and craniometric lines were drawn, and they asked what are these lines called as. So I answered it as Taylor-Horton lines. Then
Excellent.
then they asked me definition of status epilepticus, and they asked me what's the first step which you will do. So then I told that I'll check for airway, I'll ensure that airway is patent.
Perfect.
If
Perfect. Okay.
so, yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's
So
the
I
right answer. I think where we turn the patient to the side and look
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the
I
area.
mentioned
Particularly
that, sir. Yes, yes.
mention that,
And
right?
one
Because
general surgery,
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
sorry. Yeah, and they asked me one general surgery question. They asked me what is damage control surgery specifically. So I
it
told
was
them that,
only it was the last slide of OSCE for us, maybe both of us.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. And what is damage control surgery here? I had this in my mind sometime long time back, but I might be wrong. So please, for illuminating me, please illuminate me. Yeah. What is damage control surgery?
S-
Sir,
So I answered it as that the patient is unstable and we'll address the physiology first instead of correcting the anatomy. And then I told them some parameters. I don't remember it exactly now, but I remembered it during the interview. So I told them that. Like I
Okay.
gave them an
Okay. Okay.
example that a patient of polytrauma has come and he has pancreatic duct disruption. So instead of doing Whipples, we'll just stabilize the patient and
then we
yeah,
shift the patient to ICU, then we do operative final but definitive
yes,
procedures.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's
And
it's like a palliative thing for acute
yeah, yeah.
yes,
conditions.
yes,
And
sir.
for me, sir, actually they just asked my name and what I did, and they asked me about Maharashtra, like how many bond period is in Maharashtra. So I said that,
Okay.
and did even I was expecting ki why do you want new surgery, but they didn't ask same question to me,
Smart. They've
and
gotten smarter.
and they
Yeah.
they have shown similar number of slides, whatever slides shows to Dr. Jaymin, same number of slides, and they have gone to up to last 6 slides, and at last
Yeah.
after damage control surgery they only just said thank you and didn't ask further questions, sir. And already
And ask
like
for it.
almost not like a deep question, but initial like few questions about like what is the image, what that point is that, and initial just as Jaymin said is what is stereonal craniotomy. Even I said
What did
stereonal
you?
craniotomy.
What is it used for? Did they ask you what it's used for?
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir. They
Yeah, they
asked.
asked.
So initially, I said same thing, sir. Middle cerebral artery. So they asked me ki what middle cerebral artery. So I would just take like few seconds and then I answer aneurysm. Maybe it happens like a boon for me because I got in 16 marks in interview and I had like 50
Yeah.
marks in theory. So it helped me
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just getting one rank above in AML, sir.
Yeah. 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 So
Maybe.
that's what. No. So it's actually if you answer you answered middle cerebral artery, yeah, or middle
Yeah,
meningeal.
no, I said middle cerebral and middle meningeal both.
Sorry.
So they asked what about arterial? What you do for artery? I said it's a trauma, maybe related to trauma and secondary for aneurysm cases. So they stop there only and they go to
So
further
I think
stuff.
that's all that. So if
Hmm.
it's middle meningeal, remember that middle meningeal, the anterior branch only goes towards the tyrosine. That's why I'm
Hmm.
saying you need a full temporal craniotomy to expose the entire middle meningeal. The posterior branch will go more posteriorly. There is also something called extended tyrosine, which is basically like instead of doing a straight line from here, you can go backwards. and that exposes the entire middle meningeal. But it's not only used for EDH at all. It's used or specifically for the approach to the anterior skull base. That is the right answer actually. Skull base may whatever exists. If it's a tumor, meningioma, yes. If it's a craniopharyngioma, yes, you can do clippings with it and all. But classically, it was invented by Yasser Gill. So Yasser Gill is the guy who, he's father of modern microneurosurgery, and he is a major aneurysm surgeon. He also refined our microscopes. Because he managed to refine the microscope, he managed to make such a small craniotomy and then approach the aneurysm. Before that, they all had to do large decompressives just to do an aneurysm, because they had to lift it up with large retractors, just like general surgery. Light wouldn't go in. Realize there was no light. So once you made a microscope, you can do it with much smaller lines. And now with microscope and navigation, even the pterional has become thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner. Because you have the navigation, you know exactly where the aneurysm is going to be. Right? So that's one of the things. And no questions outside of the OSCE for either of you?
Sir, no. For me, no, sir. No, sir.
Yeah. Even the last two people I interviewed, they all said the same thing, that there were no
I
questions.
discussed with some.
Yeah,
I discussed with some of my colleagues. Some of them were also being asked, how many hours are you expected to work at a stretch?
Yeah, yes.
So
okay, they were asking a question.
So they were asking
what would be your answer? Yeah? What would be your answer?
No, they didn't ask me. I saw.
What would you answer? That would be an interesting thing. Well, Jaymin, what would you say? How many hours are you expected to work?
Per week, I think probably around 120 to 130 hours per week. Like there is no time limit.
How about you, Bipin?
Sir, actually, here also in Aurangabad also I have hectic, so I can work continuously around 48 hours without sleep also. And in a week, as a Jaymin said, as many as possible I have to do that, I'll do, sir.
You're digging your grave. See what I'll tell you. When I joined PJ, can you imagine? It's in the contract that you have to do continuous 12-hour duties plus. Because it's a deemed university, they can make their own rules. So the rule is, if you are required in for your duties, you can be called. So you get it. There is no hours officially. 12 hours you have to do, and then you may be called. So basically, they'll give you a phone. You'll join. They'll give you a wonderful phone, and that wonderful phone you will want to burn it by the time you finish your 3 years, because it will ring and ring and ring for 3 years continuously. So there's no actual way to. I don't know what I would have said. I would have probably said that, sir, I don't think hours are a criteria for me at all. I mean, it's neurosurgery. I understand it's an emergency branch. At any point of time, I can get calls. Okay, so just one last thing. So, how's family here, Jaymin? Family is in right now in Udaipur or is in Ahmedabad?
They are in Udaipur, sir.
In Udaipur, and you're in Udaipur right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. Where do you want to settle? Actually, what are you going to choose for your rank? Through your rank?
So most likely I'll pick NIMHANS, sir.
NIMHANS is very good. You'll meet a couple of people I know there. And I think Harsh had come, in fact, for the interview. Na? Harsh is in NIMHANS. Did you see the group discussion before the interview for AIIMS? We did that one just after the results had come out, before the interview session.
No, sir, I didn't get any notification regarding that. I missed it.
Same also, I didn't get notification.
Yeah, I called Associate Professor from NIMHANS, Dr. Harsh Tiora. He's NIMHANS pass out, worked in SGPGI. He was very good. He really helped out with the interview questions beforehand, the preparation. You'll meet him there. He's a nice person to get guided from. And how about you, yeah? Bipin, what are you going to choose?
Sir, actually, even I will put NIMHANS only the first, but definitely it depends upon the first three candidates, the first top five, what they are thinking. But second option will be AIIMS Delhi, sir.
AIIMS Delhi. Okay, good. Where do you guys want to settle? Have you any idea, or just it's open right now?
After getting Delhi, it is open, sir.
Open for now.
Otherwise, it was like I have to be settled in Mumbai only. But now I have to think.
Yeah. How about you, Jaymin?
It's open right now, sir. I haven't decided it yet.
Then it's okay. Then you can choose any institute, because north south won't matter. See, now you're going to make a very different decision, because the reputation AIIMS has in Delhi is very different. What PJ has in Himachal and Punjab is very different. NIMHANS, Karnataka and Andhra and all is very different. Nizam is very different. The reputation. So all that matters. But they're all excellent institutes. So I don't think training wise there are going to be some ups and downs in betweens. but otherwise, I think all are going to be reputation-wise, they're all very good.
Okay.
So, what are you planning? When are you going to join? Have they given a schedule?
No, sir.
So
Haven't released.
joining date usually as per last sessions is 1st January, sir. But the counseling schedule hasn't been announced yet.
Actually,
Good, yeah.
last year counseling schedule also was on 29th only. Maybe like in a day or 2 days they will release schedule.
Okay, but mostly you'll get December free, na?
December.
Yes.
At least 2 to 3 weeks we are free, sir.
Enjoy yourself, man. I got 7 days to join PJ Chandigarh, and in that 7 days, I had to resign as permanent SR from Loknayak Neurosurgery. They cut
Okay.
off my 1 month salary, shift my entire house to Chandigarh, and then join immediately. That is after taking 3 days of late joining. I got 7 days. For those 4 days, it was horrible. And since then, I haven't slept since then, my whole life. So yeah, you
Oh.
can imagine even now. But I'm so glad that you guys came over and we had a very fruitful discussion. I'm sure that it will really help. Okay, any final words of advice, Jaymin, from you for people who are preparing?
Sir, I'll just say that one must be persistent and if someone doesn't get into INI, but this preparation of reading for a subject, it will help them in MCH because we aren't exposed to neurosurgery per se in our MS days. So it will be advantageous if one reads for INI, and even if he or she doesn't get into INI, that preparatory phase will be useful for him, sir, during his MCH.
Right, definitely. And how about you, Vipin? Any final words of advice?
Actually, yes, sir. As Jaymin said, ki for INI, if you are going through like neurosurgery per se, specifically for neurosurgery, then it is going to definitely help because that subject is very different. What we are doing as a general surgery resident. So, if
Yeah,
you are preparing strictly for any like INISS, then you have to go for like neurosurgery, PDF, whatever you are getting source. Just go through with that. Give multiple mock tests, and if you are not like properly for INISS, then prepare for NEET SS, and then decide what you have to do. They're
yeah,
totally different, sir, but you have to like keep in mind what you have to prepare. As what I did, sir, I thought I just took final decision of neurosurgery after like getting NEET SS key, NEET SS rank, that I have to completely go with INSS only.
right. So those are very good. I think deciding on INI versus NEET is a very important. I think everyone has said that. Whoever
Yes,
I
sir.
have spoken to, they've said that if you start off early, it's always better. And great, yeah. And remember, residency is going to be a bit tough. This is the beginning of a very interesting journey. But I'm always here. Yeah, you can get my number from Marrow. And during your residency, anytime you have any trouble, just get in touch with me. All right, especially if you're in AIIMS and all, you can come meet me also. But otherwise, it's difficult to get out of your residency schedule. But believe me, sometimes it can be very tough. It can seem like you know that you don't know anything. In fact, you're made to believe that you don't know anything.
Yes, sir.
But that's okay. What you need to know is that the person who's telling you don't know anything didn't know anything when they joined. So and enjoy your residency. I know it's a hard thing to say, but I think at the end of it, don't think too much about, oh my god, मैंने sample नहीं भेजा, इसका नहीं भेजा, I didn't do the workup properly or whatever it is. At the end of 3 years, no, you take the institute for all they've got. When I say that, if there is something happening that you've not seen, make an effort to see it at least. And
Okay.
one last thing, hands-on matters, but it doesn't matter as much as you think. All right, there's always going to be after 3 years a chance to do both fellowships or just join somewhere where you can get tons of hands-on, tons. But the important thing is to expose yourself to as many subspecialties of neurosurgery as possible, like see the cases, and then because it's becoming a very specialized market when you come out, right? And publish if you can. It's always good to publish. It depends. I think publishing is a personality type thing, not a either you're a publishing personality or you're not a publishing personality. But that's not a bad. Either ways, it's okay. But try because it'll help you in your resume, even in private hospitals like mine.
Yes.
It really helps. And if you ever get very depressed, then please give me a call. And if you're close to my place, please come over. We'll have a couple of drinks and gari denge sabko. So that is, we're still doing that. I'm still in the hospital and 3.5 hours of a very complex spine. And I'm going to go see my patient now, and then I'm going to go on my way and see another patient on the way. So such is life. Uh, enjoy yourselves, and and thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Hopefully, it's
Thank you so much,
you
sir.
have a wonderful time, and keep in
Yes, sir.
touch. All right,
Yes,
definitely.
sir. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.